Hello YouTube, I'm back with a video response to Retro Red Steve, and this comprises of 10 gaming related questions. Retro Red Steve did a VR, I believe, to Nathan's Gaming, and I believe Nathan's Gaming did a VR response to vvc0w. I think he was the originator of the 10 questions. I think that's how you pronounce your name. I'm not sure, I do apologise if I butchered it. So now I'm just going to go through the questions. Question 1 is, what are you playing at the moment? What do you like about it? And would you recommend it? I'm currently juggling 2 games at the moment, one for the PS3 and one for the PS4. The one on the PS4 is Neo 2. It's a very long game. It's split into 6 regions and I'm coming to the end of region 4. So I've put a lot of time into this one. Very good. I prefer it to the original. And it's good for people. I thoroughly recommend it if you like games with a bit of a challenge, if you're a fan of the Dark Souls and Bloodborns and things like that. It's basically Dark Souls but in ancient Japan, alternative universe. So yeah, very good, very challenging. And the next one for the PS3, I'm only about an hour into this one, is Binary Domain. Sort of under the radar, this game. It's like a cover tactical shooter, cover-based shooter, and it's very good so far. Like I said, I'm only a little bit into it. It's got a future setting where you're almost fighting Terminators. It looks like, where you sort of shoot out their legs and blow off their skin or their outer shell to reveal the robot underneath. Seems to have like a nice bit of challenge, nice aesthetics. Still looks good today. I mean, it's only a generation ago, so it's not going to date that quickly. There's one irritating thing in there. We've got a partner in this, and he's constantly just saying, hurry up, over here, and things like this. And it's one of those games where you feel obligated to explore the level as well. So him constantly barking out those things, it's sort of, I can see that getting very grating. It's grating on me already. But apart from that, recommend that game, recommend both of those games. Question number 2, a demo you liked so much that you bought the game. Now, I'm back in the days of demos and things like that, demo discs. I had cartridge systems, so nothing's really coming to mind with the SNES or the N64 or even the GameCube. So the only thing that I slightly remember is playing a demo of Colin McRae 2 up when I was studying for my degree up in Taunton. And my friend owned the PS1, and yeah, this demo, we just played the hell out of it. I think it was just 1 or 2 levels, and it was in New Zealand, if memory serves, a real rainy level, and I love the rally games. I do prefer my arcade races, but rally games I've got a bit of a soft spot for, and we just played the hell out of that. We were just trying to beat each other's time, and we got really, really good at it. And although I didn't own a PS1 until literally about a year or so ago, it was one of the first games I picked up, so it kind of answers the question, and that's Colin McRae 2. Brilliant game. Question number 3, the last game which you found disappointing. The only one that really came to mind was a retro game, and I alluded to it in my SNES collection video, and that was Run Saber. Yeah, I know there's a good few fans of this, but I just found the level design quite dull. It does a few nice things in there with the mode 7, and obviously it's an Atlas game, so it controls well and plays well. I just found it a little bit bland, and I know it's the SNES version or response to Mega Drive's Shinobi game, but yeah, I don't think it's as good as that. But anyway, that's it, so sound off below if you disagree. Question 4, will you be buying the next Xbox or PS5? Yes, I will. I will be getting a PS5, but as I probably did with the PS4, I'll probably give it a year. I think it was a year and a half in, a bit longer than that maybe, when I got the PS4, but I did find it, some guy was selling it locally with a couple of games, 2 controllers, and it was, it was brand new, and it was a ridiculous price, as in cheap, even by today's standards. So if a crazy deal like that comes along, that would be great. Not a huge fan of the PS5 design. It looks like it could collect dust or snag on things with that sort of sculpted pointed top that it's got there. I like the idea of the control pad, and yeah, looking forward to it. Question number 5, favourite game film. Now, this might be a little bit of a cheat, but it does say it's a movie in the title, and it's an anime. It's Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. I thought I owned it on Blu-ray, but I don't, but here's the PS4 Street Fighter collection. Loved that anime back in the day. I remember me and my friend Pete, we watched a trailer for it on, I think it was was it TVAM or something like that, and we were talking about it that morning when we were walking into school, saying, oh, we got to get this. And he eventually bought it. I think it was like £15 for the VHS tape back then from Virgin, and we loved it. You know, it's got some great fight scenes in there. Favourite being the fight with Chun-Li and Vega. It's got a thumping soundtrack. Brilliant. Question number 6. If you could have a fictional animal from a game as a pet, what would you have? I've chosen... It's not an animal, he's a thing. He's a fairy, he's a creature. And that's Drippy from Ni no Kuni, who's basically a guide, a helper, and kind of acts as the good conscience for Oliver, the main protagonist in this game. I've only put a few hours into this one, but I put it down. I've completed the second one, funny enough, on the PS4, but I must go back and finish it. But it was a really cutesy little character. I put a picture somewhere up here of him, and he can heal you, and he can perform magic and stuff like this. He can help you in battles, and he can help you out. It just seems like he would be a real cool little character to have around when you're in a bit of a predicament. And and he's Welsh. He's voiced by a Welsh actor in the game, and I'm a quarter Welsh. I've got some Welsh family on my father's side, so I find that quite novel as well. The Welsh accent in a game. I think it was the only time I've ever heard a Welsh accent in a game. Right, question number 7. Which one of your favourite films would make a great game? What kind of game would it be? I think Enter the Dragon would make a good game. Obviously, it would make a great one-to-one fighting game, but I think that could be interspliced with maybe some stealth missions where Bruce goes off and finds numerous things out and then reports back to his headquarters, as he does in the film, where he gets the snake in the bag and all this business. But you obviously work through fighters that get progressively harder, and there's never really been a decent Bruce Lee game, and I think that's a crying shame, really, seeing how legendary this guy is. So there's my answer. Okay, number 8. Any game or games that you're looking forward to, current gen or retro? Games I'm looking forward to. I know there's obviously games in development that must, for certain series, like F-Zero and things like that. I'm very keen to see a new, fresh F-Zero. But the ones I know that have been announced, I am looking forward to the new Demon's Souls remake. I think that'll look and play absolutely fantastic on the PS5. I was really intrigued by the demo. At first I wasn't quite sure of the art style with it, but it's growing on me, and we'll see it in 4K. I'm definitely going to get it. I'm sure it's going to be a real accomplished remaster. It's by the guys, I can't remember the name of the team that did the remaster of crumbs, was it Shadow of the Colossus for the PS4, so apparently that was highly regarded. And the other game is Metroid 4. It's been a long time since we've seen a good, solid, powerful sort of next current gen Metroid game. Loved the Metroid Primes on the GameCube and the Wii. In fact, forgot about that. Got that trilogy on the Wii. Brilliant. Did I complete them all? I think I remember getting to the end boss on the first one and not getting around to beating him, and then I had to go to Australia. But I did beat the second game and the third game on the Wii. So yeah, I might have to go back and do that one. And I'm keen to see the first game on the Wii. But yeah, really intrigued by that. And I know it got so far through development, but Nintendo, probably for the best, pulled the plug on that and said it wasn't up to standard, and have got Retro in to remake it. So yeah, really keen to see that one. Question 9. If you were to have a month-long holiday in a video game location, where and why? I've come up with 2 for this, a bit of a cheat. I've actually come up for 3. Excuse me. I had to think about this one, but the first one, it's got a gorgeous cover, and I always love this cover of the game, in A Secret of Mana. Just look how lush and wonderful that world looks. I believe that's the the Mana world where the Mana tree lives. But yeah, I've always been captured by that cover. It just looks fantastic, epic. So that was one of them, and the other one was the world of Bioshock Infinite. I like the idea of being up in the clouds, having these kind of floating city. What was it called again? Columbia, that was it, yeah. And having this kind of steampunky, retro tech up there. Obviously no baddies and no real corruption, but yeah, that world too looks really, really sweet. And the last question, question number 10, is which 90s game do you think would make a good film, which would even interest non-gamers? Sort of struggle with this one, to tell the truth, but I come up with Another World. I thought there would be parallels possibly with Tron, where you get sort of sucked into this alternate universe or world, and maybe the film could then go into like a different kind of CG or an art style, a bit similar to maybe Ready Player One, or at least have a distinct style, even like a style that's reminiscent of the game would look really cool. I think obviously a bit more enhanced, but yeah, I think that would work quite well. And the idea that you have to find your way back home, as it were. Yeah, so it would have like a nice sort of sci-fi fantasy feel to it. And there you go, guys. That is my 10 answers to the 10 questions. I'll leave the other guys' VR responses in the description below, but if you guys want to answer some of those questions as well, feel free. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you again.